Welcome, guys. I'm Chris.
I'm Heath.
And this is Barrel Aged Men, where we talk about whiskey and bourbons and trying to figure out what we like. Today we've got a less than $20 setup right here, kind of on the cheaper side, to say the least.
Slightly.
But we just wanted to start out on the baseline and work our way up. We're going to do like a series of this, and this is what we had in stock. Don't ask me why, but this is what we've collected over the over the
So
past
what are we
time.
going to start with? What side are we starting on, you think?
I'm
leaving this up to you.
I'm avoiding that side for some reason, but anyway, I noticed there's quite a bit gone out of that.
Yeah,
So,
well, you know, it's a good one.
that was a party fave, wasn't it?
Right?
At
Yes,
your
yes,
birthday
it was a
party?
party favor.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it was partly a joke, but we'll find out, I guess. I know some people tried to mix it, and they had quite a few interesting things to say about it. So I'm looking forward to trying this. This one here is the one I'm actually looking forward to the most, just to see just how good or bad that is straight.
Yeah.
So the rest of them, I have absolutely nothing going into this. I don't know what any of those are, so I look forward to trying them.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get started.
Yeah, let's get after it, man.
Let's just start with this one right here.
Go from
Yep.
right to left.
This is a very old Barton, 86 proof, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. I don't know the age on that. I probably should have looked it up, but anyway, cool little bottle.
Yeah, the bottle looks great. It's got a different shape to it, especially for something that's as $15.
Mm-hmm.
It actually has a good presentation from the shape of the bottle. The labels, I guess not quite flashy, but
yeah. It's kind of a cool It's kind of a cool little short, stubby bottle that kind of looks neat, something different. So, but these have been sitting out for 5 to 7 minutes. So they, with this price point, they probably could have sit out a little longer and kind of.
Right. So the first thing I'm going to notice is the color on this.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a lot of color to it. It's not a deep, darker color, which usually indicates it's been in the barrel longer. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to guess this has been in the barrel for about 5 minutes.
Picking up some caramels, light caramels. It's got a nice nose to it. By the way, this bottle is $15, so keep that in mind with this tasting, with this sampling right here. So.
Did you take your first sip yet?
Not yet. It's a little bit of sweet, a little bit of caramel. It's light.
First one for the night. It honestly isn't bad. I could sip this.
No, it's the age. You can tell it's young.
Yeah.
And that's probably going to be the case on most of these right here. So
I could definitely sip this though.
There's not a lot of depth.
Harsh.
There's not a lot of depth to it.
Right. Yeah. It's more like it almost seems like a watered down whiskey is the way it kind of feels. Yeah. There's not a lot of burning. There's not a lot of actual notes of flavor. Either it was very subtle in the smell, but the taste also is they both kind of match, so they kind of line up. There's not a lot of flavors in the smell, but there's not a lot of flavor in the taste either. So but for 15, I would actually sip this. It's not terrible.
It's making my eyes water just a little bit, but it's not bad. So, all right, here you go.
All right, next one.
Yep. Old Granddad.
Old Granddad.
Yeah.
See, this one looks like it's got a little more color to it.
Yeah.
Very light.
Standard bottle. By the way, all of these are screw tops in this price category. There is another special bottle up here that's got another characteristic that we will get to when we get to it.
Yeah.
But, these are glass bottles, by the way, so I'll just say that.
So this one has a little more of a pungent smell to it.
I'm not picking up the caramel notes or anything like I did with the Barton.
This one comes more across more like it would be.
It's just weak.
Yeah.
Just
It's got more of almost like a rubbing alcohol smell to it.
I don't know about that. Has it? Keep in mind, this one right here is $10. If you want a mixer that's a $10 mixer
that has some. I'm hoping this has some flavor to it.
And of course, we're tasting these neat also, guys. This is probably not the way you would drink. Now when we get to this one, it's a little bit different. This one's got some really good reviews on it. So
yeah. So this one here, to me, well, I'll let you taste first. See, for me, this one has more flavor than that one did. In fact, the finish of it has a little bit more to it. from a mixer standpoint, I would say out of those two, I would actually probably prefer this because the finish on it actually has a little more depth to it. So when you mix it with something, you're going to get some of that at least bourbon taste to it. This one, I honestly is almost, I don't want to say watered down because watered down makes it sound cheap. Well, it just didn't have as much characteristic to the taste.
These are not
that I would want in a
These are
mix.
not barrel. These are not single barrels or anything like that. Straight from the barrel. These are watered down to get to that proof point. So it just depends on. But I'm gonna take one more sip on this one because the nose is just not giving me much that way.
Later. Yeah. So this one here, again, the bottle, the label on it actually to me has a little bit more character to it. Actually, it looks like a higher end almost label on it.
Yeah.
Kind of catches the eye. The shape of the bottle kind of really reminds me of Jack.
Mm-hmm.
But the white makes it kind of stand out.
Yeah. Yep.
So it would definitely catch your eye in the.
This one is the most expensive one up here. It's $19. In our area. Of course, your area may be different. It's an Evan Williams bottled and bond, which is 100 proof, of course. Pretty basic go-to, middle of the road, low end of the road. I mean, kind of a starter bourbon. I've heard this called a starter bourbon for guys who are kind of getting into this. So,
really?
Yep.
Okay. So for me,
you can't go wrong for like $19.
Right.
So
for me, again, the color kind of matches the old Granddad there. It's got a little bit of a darker look to it. The taste or the smell.
It's got good legs to it.
It really kind of it reminds me a lot of the old Granddad. The smell does.
Yeah.
It's got kind of like almost like a earthiness to it.
There's everybody looks for a caramel or something sweet in them or something like that. This has not got. It's real light. But it does have good legs. That's kind of skipping forward a little bit. This is 100 proof, so this is the highest proof of what we've got up here. So you can see on the glass how they're trailing down, and it may enhance the flavor. I mean, I normally see what we got.
$20.
Did
it's
it
gonna
help?
take something. See, got a little more flavor. Honestly, out of the three so far,
definitely.
I think this one has, I don't know, a little bit more character.
Yeah.
To the flavor.
Absolutely. On the taste, there's a lot more coming through on the taste. I get a little deeper caramel. It's not like deep caramel, but it's more caramel than what comes across on the nose.
Right. Yeah.
So that's good.
Definitely say on the finish of that one, it actually finishes a little bit more full. I don't really know what else to say about it. It's got some good flavors to it as it finishes.
Mm-hmm. This could be a sipper with an ice cube.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. And this would be a sipper for somebody who's never ever drank before in their lives. You put an ice cube in it, you basically got water.
And they may not want to ever drink again. So I don't know. So
it's gonna taste like water with an ice cube in it.
That's definitely the best one so far.
But we're saving the best for last.
Oh no!
This is going to be the best one.
I got to get a drink of water.
All right, yeah, I got to cleanse the palate for this one because this is going to be good.
This one's kind of a throw-in. This was the running joke for a while. The biggest thing with this is, as you can see, it's a plastic bottle.
So on
anything
presentation,
in a plastic bottle.
You're going to get what you pay for there, right? If they're willing to go with plastic and a screw top. Yeah,
So when you go to the liquor store, this is definitely down at your feet, down at your shoelaces when you're looking on the shelves. Okay?
You have to hunt for this one.
You actually have to get on one knee to reach in there and get it. That's that bad. So not that bad, but it's just it's a lower shelf.
You get what you pay for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's a half gallon, and that was probably $15, $16 for a half gallon. I mean, you just. If you got the wino or the drunk sitting on the curb, and that's what he's going to be drinking.
Yeah, you could hand him a bottle of that, you'd make his day, I'm sure. I don't think he's going to sit around with a large cube of ice and sip it.
So presentation, we've kind of addressed that. Big giant plastic bottle. I think it may be the only size that it comes in. So I don't know. We'll see. All right. Well, let's do it.
It's got a darker color to it. Maybe it's aged. Aged in plastic barrels.
It's been off-gassing for a while.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you a quick history on this one. This is an old school whiskey. It's a blended whiskey. It was actually created in.
I'm sorry.
Was that good?
I just got a nose of it. I'm sorry. You go ahead.
I can't wait. So this was created in 1888 by a guy named Julius Kessler. It's now owned by Beam and Suntory, which was bought out or was acquired by Suntory in 2014. How it stays alive?
Man,
I mean, who pays
cheap.
for this?
It's cheap. That's how it stays alive, you know. So there's always going to be hello.
Wow.
We went from probably the best one here, and then we went we went downhill real fast. So
wow, that's got some.
I think static electricity might ignite this. I mean, it's a little.
Is there a way to do a lighter test? Can we set it on fire and see if it goes?
I'm not getting anything but medical refuse on the nose. I mean, it's just, you know.
I can't wait to taste this.
It's kind
of. Okay, I'm going in. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
That's what I was going to say.
I expected worse.
I expected the nose to translate to the palate, and it didn't. It's not like this.
No, but, you know, does it deserve a plastic bottle? I mean, honestly, if I'm going to grade these right now, I'm putting this one above that one, actually, from a flavor standpoint.
I don't know.
You got to go back and taste that one afterwards.
All right,
we got to go back.
We may have to. I'm going to take one more sip because I think I had a taste of that at your birthday party. I think when I took a sip of it, but
it's not as bad as I remember.
The nose is just
the nose is bad.
Rough. It's rough.
Yeah, it doesn't.
What is this, like a 6 month?
Okay, so close your mouth and take a sniff, and then open your mouth and take a sniff.
It's still burning from the first time I drank it, so it's probably ruined me for all the way back through the other way. So sorry, Mr. Kessler, or whoever you are, but you know it's a half gallon of whiskey for $15. I mean, you know, you're not going to get, you know, and so. Yeah. But anyway.
I mean, none of these are going to be my go-to for a nice cigar and sitting on the back patio. But if I have friends over and I don't like them,
you want them to leave early.
Yeah, exactly. I want them to leave early.
Party's over.
I'm gonna put this in my decanter and
big crystal decanter.
And a big crystal decanter, and that's what's going to be served. And
I think I just had a little hiccup right there. I was like coming back up. Is that part of the finish?
Maybe that's the start.
All right. So I think we're good. Night. We'll post our scores on here. You know, don't take this for whatever. It's our opinion, exactly. Yeah. So y'all enjoy. Thanks for watching. Signing out. We'll see you next time.
Later.
Thanks.